All right. Good afternoon, you guys. Pardon my mess. I am cold and about to work out. so, hey, this is Dr. Shanae of SP Consulting Group, your organizational development psychologist, as well as your executive wellness coach, psychotherapist, and work life balance expert here, trying to help those that are working on some things. Some of you guys are getting ready for speaker season. There's a lot of speaking going on, whether it's for Black History Month, whether it's for um, what is coming up in March, Women's History Month. There's a lot of back-to-back seasons where usually people are out there looking for speakers, hiring speakers. And so if you have a fear of speaking, I wanted to give you guys a few tips. Actually, formally, the fear of speaking in public is called glossophobia, if you did not know. Glossophobia, look it up. There's a lot of people in general that have glossophobia, fear of speaking up in front of people. And it says research says about 77% of the population have anxiety when it comes down to speaking, whether it's speaking up, whether it is for a meeting, you have a team meeting coming up, you just have a lot of fears. And so I wanted to just share with you guys a few tips very briefly, and then I'm going to go work out and then turn this heat up a little bit. I don't know why I'm so cold. Anyway, I'm not in the best place today, but I wanted to get you guys this information. So, few things, and again, I'm going to rat it off. I'm not going to be here with you guys long. If you are facing the fear of speaking up, public speaking, glossophobia, I'm going to share with you guys some tips. So, the majority of the population deal with it, 77%, as I said, of the population with some sort of level of anxiety or discomfort with speaking up. So, one of the first things you want to do is know your topic. Okay. You may, and I advise against this, but if you are in a particular role or have an area of expertise, I really advise you guys to really know your topic. Don't really speak as a subject matter expert on an area that you're not a subject matter expert, because then when you get in front of folks to speak, it is difficult. It is best for you to speak from a place of information that you know, that you're knowledgeable of, and that you're passionate about. It makes it a lot easier. That's one of the first things. Know your topic. And I also say know your audience. Some experts say, for whatever reason, to not really pay attention or don't focus on the audience. No, you need to focus on your audience. You need to know your audience. You need to know who you're speaking to. And if, the host of the event, if you're not the host yourself of the event and that you aren't aware of who's in the room, I always do as an icebreaker of a status check of who's in the room, where you're from, what's your job title, how many years have you been in your position, things like that, to know how to really speak to them directly. And then there's the area of getting organized. You need to make sure whatever notes you're going to have, speaking up, that you truly come from a place of what is the beginning, middle, end. Are you doing it as a storyteller? You're telling your story. Are you really doing it from, hey, here are my facts, here are the statistics that I'm going to throw out there to show that I'm not just speaking from the hip. Get organized. Also practice, but practice with purpose in mind. Like, what is the point, or what is the message I'm trying to convey? You want to know that. You want to be very clear of what are you going to have your audience members leave from. Again, this could be in a team meeting. This could be at a speaking engagement, an event that you were hired or contracted to speak and give your expertise. Again, that's what I'm hoping you're doing, that you're speaking on something that you know. But keep that in mind so that you, again, are able to pull what you know, your topic, your audience, and really cultivate that into the organizational structure of your speech, your speaking, whether it's a keynote or you're doing a full-blown like program to some extent. So practice, but also challenge your specific worries. When it comes down to phobias, there's an associated fear. Okay. And so what you want to keep in mind is that the fears aren't necessarily the truth. And so what you want to do is challenge them. A lot of people have things that they do. Shoot, even like Tony Robbins has his tapping and deep breathing exercises that he does, his yoga, his mantras, like the things that you do to hype yourself up, to calm your mind, to get yourself in a place that's actually focused more on your audience. Again, the messaging, what is the purpose? How are you going to execute your speech, your teaching, your impartation of knowledge in a way that is transformative? Because that's usually what people are looking for. Not just information, but how can they take that information to transform where they are, what they're doing, things like that. Okay. The next thing is visualize success. And that's pretty self-explanatory. When you are stressed, when you are worried, when you are anxious, see yourself having an amazing time, having fun, that you're really stepping into your gift and your purpose. And it's not about anything or anyone per se, but it's really specifically focused on the impact. What is the information going to convey? How is it going to support, So visualize success. And as I said, when you are preparing, deep breathe. Make sure that you're deep breathing, even as you're preparing and you're practicing. Do some deep breathing so that you stay clear and not even overthink it. Have it too the verbiage is just too robust. Like you have less words. Okay. Focus on the material, but make sure that when you are speaking, it's not just focusing on the material, but that you make a point to make eye contact. Make eye contact with the people that are in the audience. And usually people are like, why in the world would I do that when I am so scared? I'm so anxious. I'm so whatever. And so my thought is, when it's all said and done, you are making eye contact because a lot of times that settles your anxiety, because it is different speaking to one person directly than it is speaking to a group. And a lot of the anxieties come from that place, being anxious about this massive group and just all the other negative thoughts that may come up in your mind in regards to that. Okay. So it's helpful to make eye contact, because then it's easier psychologically and you can calm yourself down physiologically if you are seeing yourself speaking to someone, having a meeting one-on-one with each person that you make eye contact with, right? That's a little tip. And get comfy with the silence. Don't be afraid to take a beat, to take a breath. Some people, they may keep talking and talking and talking, and shoot, even like now, it's like I need a sip of water. So it's like, don't be afraid to take a moment and take a beat. That helps regulate, that helps recenter yourself, especially if you are in any way attempting to speak more naturally and less dependent on notes that you may be taking, right? So get comfortable with the silence so that can actually be used to help you manage your emotions. There's another thing, and I want to give a quick shout out to one of my good friends from grade school. I've known over 20 some years. Coach Charlie. She is a edutainer. She uses improvisational skills to help people develop more of a higher level of self-esteem and self-awareness, so that when you go into public speaking, you can use improv, roll with the punches based off of the information that you have collected and organized for your speaking event. So again, you have speaking events coming up. These are just some quick tools. And like I said, pardon the attire, I'm getting ready to work out. I'm just a little chilly. But I just wanted to quickly share that. A lot of events coming up. Don't be hesitant. Don't be afraid. Don't have the anxiety overtake you when it comes down to your speaking events. It is officially called Glossophobia, but you do not have to have it consume you. So I hope this little tidbit was helpful. And we'll just keep going on in this fashion of giving little quick tips of what people are usually dealing with behind the scenes when it comes down to your everyday or seasonal speaking engagements. I know that I have a few coming up, and I also use improv. And like I said, I want you guys to check her out. It's her Her name again is Charlie. And so she does Charlie Ford Entertains. Okay. So check her out. Charlie Ford. Charlie, she's a coach and she helps a lot with this very thing. Okay. So I hope you guys gather some information and that you will maybe even check out Charlie, who is very, very amazing at what she does as it pertains to using improv, using self esteem building, and really using the space of entertainment to really help fuel your ability to then, speak eloquently, have fun, and not allow anxiety to consume me. So I'm out of here. I am about to go work out and get warm again and guzzle me some water because your girl is, I was about to say chilly and cold at the same time. I'm cold. So you guys have a good time. Prepare, and just take it easy and have fun when you're doing these speaking engagements. Okay. All right. See you guys next time. Bye. Again, this is Dr. Shanae, SP Consulting Group, organizational development psychologist, psychotherapist, executive wellness coach. See you guys next time. Bye.